should be live, but I'm going to take the time to just talk about the Yellowjackets season 3 finale. And this is more just unfiltered thoughts, just going through it and talking about what I thought about it. So, I was supposed to do a video. I was going to do season 4 theories and what potentially we want to see. Like, I was going to do two videos, one about theories, and the other one was going to be questions that I hope we get answered and where the show could go from here. But my internet is down, so I have to do a live right now, and then I can probably edit those videos tomorrow and upload them. So I think that's going to be something I'll be doing. So today is just mainly free thoughts, just going through it and potentially just leaving this up as a video if you want to watch it later on. So if you didn't join or join late, you could potentially just watch it then. But the people have gotten to see the finale already, whether you watched it on Paramount, you watched it on Showtime, and I'm very curious about what everybody thinks. I'm just going to go straight through my thoughts on it. I'll probably go back to them again throughout this. We'll probably be live for like 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to try and edit these videos so I can upload them tomorrow, somewhere where I can get some Wi-Fi, because my Wi-Fi is down for about a week or so. Very sad. But let's talk about it. The finale. This is something that had been a long time coming for a lot of fans of the show, and it is something that we've been debating, talking about, theorizing, is who was Pit Girl, who was Antler Queen, and the finale decided to give us just that, which was interesting. But let's get back to where exactly this season 3 led us, because there's been a lot of back and forth about the way the show is moving. A lot of people don't seem to be excited or happy with the writing and the way some characters are sort of being like taken care of in the show. And of course, one of the biggest ones being the whole van situation. And even it seems that a lot of the people working on the show seem to have different opinions about it all. And I'm curious about what everybody thinks about that, the way some of these storylines are handled, ended, all of that. But the whole reveal of the Antler Queen was definitely one that I think was one that I really didn't see coming at all. And I feel like, especially you go back to season 1, but I think that a lot of the times these characters just get developed through time. And now seeing season 3 and all of that, it just made sense who Antler Queen ended up being. So, of course, there's spoilers here, and I'm going to be talking about the finale and all of that. But I do think that the show is definitely almost like cornering itself, where I don't see it going past the season 4. I think season 4 could potentially be the last one when they do announce it. We haven't heard the announcement, which I'm kind of getting a little worried because I do want them to finish this story. I've been very invested in the Yellowjackets story since it premiered back in 2021. So I've just been watching every season as it releases. So I am definitely getting a bit worried that they haven't announced season 4 just yet. But hopefully in the next coming weeks or so, we definitely hear that, because I need that season 4 or a wrap up to the story at least. And we still haven't gotten that bonus episode from season 2 we were supposed to get after the whole finale came. There was supposed to be an episode that came that was going to sort of be between season 2 and 3. And we haven't gotten that just yet. But according to the showrunners, it should come out sometime soon. So here's hoping we do get that pretty soon, because I'm curious what they wanted to do, because we still don't know who burned down the cabin in season 2. And I wonder if that episode was supposed to address that. But a lot of people are saying that the show definitely is like wondering where itself it's going. And I definitely see that this show is doing things that maybe it wasn't meant to do at the beginning, but due to sort of how schedule conflicts happen and they have to write out certain characters and bring in some new characters, that things are always up in the air for them here. I think one of the biggest things this season happened as well was that we learned there was another survivor we didn't even know about. And that was a big, like, epic reveal, right? That it was Melissa being played by Hilary Swank. And for a moment, I almost doubted myself if they would even go this route, right? I didn't think Melissa was going to be around, let alone played by Hilary Swank. I had thoughts that that was going to be somebody connected to Coach, and then it turned out, well, no, this was actually Melissa. So I thought that that was definitely an interesting take that the show decided to take, with having Melissa be a survivor now and a main character, it seems, because I think we're about to get a ton of Melissa in the next season. I think another big thing that happened this season as well was the whole Van situation. I think Van's storyline was definitely one that I didn't expect it to go the way it did, especially in this season. I was really thinking Van was going to be around a bit longer, and I think the whole situation with Ty and their romance and all that definitely had more to really explore in that sense. I feel like we just had gotten to know these characters, and then that storyline is just completely gone. But I do hope there is some more in the teenage timeline, which I think the teenage timeline definitely is still very strong. I think the whole thing with Natalie and with Shauna in the teenage timeline is building up to a very like satisfying like a showdown of sorts, if you want to call that. I think the final moments of this season with them there, when Shauna's screaming out for Natalie and Natalie's out in those mountaintops, was definitely one of my favorite scenes of the whole series. I think that was just done so exceptionally well, and that's always what brings me back to Yellow Jackets, is they have these moments, they have these like storylines they build over the season that definitely pay off well. And I think the whole Shauna and Natalie storyline has been building up so incredible for the last two seasons. So I'm excited to see how they want to continue on with that into the final season, whether it's season 4 or season 5, and what exactly that's going to mean for the future of the show in itself. I think in the adult timeline, the way that it's moving now is definitely feeling more like they are taking notes from the teen timeline and they're trying to apply it now to the adults, which they weren't really doing in the first season. But I think in this new season, it's definitely going to pay off well for them. I think the whole thing with Shauna and Ty and Misty almost coming to an agreement that they have to bring everything to an end was definitely surprising, but I think it's the only way the show really moves forward from here. So I don't know what's going to happen for season 4 just yet. I do have my theories and my thoughts and my questions, like I said, but that's going to be in the video tomorrow. I was trying to upload it today, but my internet's down, so all I can do is like a live, and it takes like forever if I put it on my phone and try to upload from YouTube. So that video will come out tomorrow, and I'm very excited to talk more about those theories and questions that I would hope season 4 addresses in some way. Hello, Christine. How are you today? And yeah, I'm just very interested in seeing what they want to do in season 4 now. I really love the whole thing with Shauna and Natalie, like I said, in the teenage timeline. I think that's been a showdown that's been needing to be addressed, and I'm curious to see how they're going to continue on. It's a couple of months before they get rescued to where we're at with them right now as well. So these last couple of months they're together should be interesting how they handle this and what exactly they do here. I've had my theories, and I talked about it like 2 or 3 episodes ago, that I thought there was going to be like a separation of the girls, and maybe some of them go with other ones. Like there's 2 groups, maybe a Shauna group, a Natalie group, and eventually we see that they come head to head. That's what I thought was going to happen at the end of this episode. I didn't expect the Antler Queen thing to be like showcased here. I thought that was interesting as well. And I'm curious if the whole like show was always aiming for Shauna to be Antler Queen at some point, but we'll just see what happens with that as well. I do also love the whole adult timeline now, where we have almost Misty and Ty coming to an agreement that Shauna is the problem. I think that's going to add an interesting layer, and you still have Walter in there, really seemingly being a driving force for the Yellow Jackets as well. He was the one that kind of was able to get a hold of what happened to Lottie, and I think it took Misty to piece it together though. So I'm curious how Misty works with Walter for what potentially could happen to Shauna in the coming episodes. But I think Walter also feels some type of way about Misty now, almost like he's being discarded. So I'm curious how he's going to change up for season 4 as well. You have the whole Jeff and Callie situation as well, that's getting more interesting as well after the last 2 episodes, where they kind of see Shauna as being a threat to their livelihood, almost like what's bringing their whole family together. And them leaving was definitely something I did not expect to happen at all. But I think it's going to make Shauna a lot more unhinged when it comes to season 4. And her whole delusion of the Antler Queen and all of that coming back to her is definitely going to make her a bigger threat, I feel, for everybody involved here, because she truly feels she should be the last one standing. She said this to Melissa in their encounter, and I think Melissa took that to heart as well, and kind of was like an epiphany for her. Like, yes, we all made a vow of silence, but it's clear that we can't be silent for too long, and the only way you truly have peace of mind is if you're the last one standing. So I'm curious to see what I'm just curious about everything. I keep saying that, but I did make a whole video and a whole theory video for tomorrow. I just can't upload it, like I said, because my Wi-Fi is down at the moment. So I'm gonna go and try and do that tomorrow. But I do have a theory video and a questions video for season 4 that I'm going to be uploading on Tuesday and Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. And then hopefully we get the season 4 announcement pretty soon, because we haven't heard anything yet. It's been radio silent. I need Paramount to announce that, because I need the story complete. I don't want this to become a show where it's just incomplete, right? Because there's so many things unanswered. There's so much that has been set up. They truly need a conclusive end. And even if it's not 5 seasons like the showrunner said, at least give us a season 4 to wrap it all up. But I do have those videos right now. I'm going to edit them, and I'm going to try and upload them tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have the internet back, but if not, I'll go upload it somewhere where I can get some Wi-Fi, so that video can be up, where I have some more theories about what potentially happens with the teenage timeline as well as the adult timeline. Stay tuned for that, but just wanted to make this quick update, a quick little chat about the finale. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below, and I'll be trying to go live a bit more, especially if my internet's down, so stay tuned for that. But as always, thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Stay safe, stay positive.